Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi has said that Pakistan and Iran made significant progress in talks focused on the US-Israeli war on Iran, regional tensions, and a possible path towards lasting peace. Naqvi accompanied Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir during his one-day visit to Tehran. In a post on X, Naqvi described his and the Field Marshal's meeting with the Iranian president as very positive and fruitful. He said the discussions centered on the Iran-US conflict, escalating tensions in the Middle East, and the way forward to resolve the crisis. He also said that discussions were held on the steps required by both sides to revive the MOU, adding that the Iranian president openly conveyed his government's perspective and concerns.
Field Marshal Asim Munir has met top Iranian officials, including President Masoud Pezeshkian, Parliament Speaker Bagher Ghalibaf, Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, and Interior Minister Eskandar Momeni in Tehran, as Pakistan steps up efforts to support regional stability. The officials reaffirmed Iran's commitment to the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding and accused the United States of failing to honor its commitments, further eroding trust. Earlier, Supreme National Security Council Secretary Mohsin told the visiting Field Marshal that Tehran does not trust Washington and wants the United States to change its behavior. The Field Marshal said that Pakistan would continue efforts to help restore stability in the region.
Field Marshal Munir is visiting Iran as part of Pakistan's diplomatic efforts to promote regional and global peace and stability. According to the Inter-Services Public Relations, the visit is aimed at advancing efforts for a peaceful, lasting and comprehensive resolution to the conflict in the Middle East.
U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has announced Operation Economic Outcast, an unprecedented campaign to cut Iran off from the global economy. Launched on President Donald Trump's orders, Bessent said the operation would target Tehran and countries or entities enabling it. He announced during a press briefing that 60 entities, individuals and vessels linked to Iran have been sanctioned as part of the new economic campaign against Tehran. The measures target digital assets, technology, gold, aviation and shipping. Bessent warned that anyone facilitating Iranian money laundering could be removed from the US dollar system, and that countries and entities have been given a deadline to shut down activities Washington has identified. The Treasury Secretary also warned countries facilitating Iran's financial activity that Washington would adopt a zero-leakage approach to sanctions enforcement.
Iran has promised to retaliate against expanded US sanctions that the Americans said would cut Iran's economic lifeline, with Tehran expressing confidence that major trading partners would resist Washington's pressure campaign. Iranian Economy Minister Ali Madanizadeh said Tehran has its own tools and knows how to play the game, adding that the enemies should wait for an attack. He said neither China nor Russia had accepted the US measures, predicting that other countries would resist them. On the other hand, the United States has kept the option of military action against Iran open, with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth warning that Washington will use force if necessary. Speaking to reporters, Hegseth also defended US control of the Strait of Hormuz. Asked whether US kinetic strikes against Iran were currently on pause, Hegseth said if kinetic strikes were needed, they'll use them. He added that military action could take place in the Strait of Hormuz or elsewhere around Iran. The United States has removed Syria from its list of state sponsors of terrorism, lifting what Damascus says was the last major impediment to investing in the country, as Washington deepens ties to the new Syrian government. The removal, posted on the US Treasury's website, took effect after a 45-day congressional review period triggered when Trump formally notified Congress on July 8th of his intention to rescind the designation. The United States is also preparing to cancel the business and tourism visas of as many as 200,000 foreign nationals who have applied for or are currently seeking asylum. According to Associated Press reports citing State Department documents and 2 US officials, the planned action would target B1 and B2 non-immigrant visas issued between 2016 and 2026 to people who have sought asylum or are currently seeking asylum in the United States.
And the Trump administration is moving to permanently impose a $103,265 fee on new H-1B visas, a massive increase of more than $100,000 from the fees employers previously paid. The controversial charge, heavily affecting the technology, education, and research sectors, was earlier blocked by a federal court, but the administration has now proposed a new regulation to revive it, with the rule potentially being finalized by the end of the year.
That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.